Good morning, YouTubers. This is your zip code Freak. Matt Shiny here in the 92805 zip code at the ZCF Studios in Southern California on this Saturday, September 20th. And the zip code for this video is in the state of Alaska, 99692, a place known as Dutch Harbor. It's part of the city of Unalaska, which comes from the Inuit Agunalakash, which means near the peninsula. And this area is in the southwestern part of the state, pretty close to what's called the Alaska Peninsula, which is off the main part of the main peninsula of the state. And this is one of the islands closer to it. It's on an island called Amaknak, which is connected by a bridge to the rest of Unalaska City. Unalaska City has about 4,300 people in it. This zip code has 739 people in it. It's a very interesting place. Probably as a lot of you know, Alaska is more distant than any other state from any other state here except for Hawaii. And distances are a thing here, as is the climate, which is unique compared to the rest of the United States. William Seward, who is the Secretary of State under President Johnson, arranged the deal to buy Alaska from the Russians in 1867. There's a lot of Russian influence still here. In fact, reading up on this place and the name places for it, some of them were also in Russian in the Cyrillic alphabet. So there's still that aspect of things here. In fact, Dutch Harbor is actually closer to Uelen, Russia, than it is to Anchorage as far as straight line miles. It's 750 miles to Uelen, Russia, which is the easternmost town on mainland Russia, whereas Anchorage is 1,172 miles away, and Juneau's over 2,000 miles away, and then Juneau's the capital. The claim to fame for Dutch Harbor, even though it has a 145-day growing season, which for Alaska is pretty good, and it rains a lot here, 60 inches of rain at least a year, 81 inches of snow a year, and it's a subpolar oceanic climate, their main thing here is not so much what they can get coaxed to the ground to grow, it's what they can dig out of it in terms of oil and fishing. Pollock and cod, a lot of that gets fished here. In fact, the Dutch Harbor area is the single largest port in the United States for fishing as far as volume of fish taken in every year. This is the place. And in fact, it is the setting for Discovery Channel show The Deadliest Catch. Also, Charlton Heston trained here during World War II, and John Wayne filmed a movie here. So, and another funny thing about this place is that of the 739 people that call this zip code home, over about 63% of them are Asians, and 3/4 of those folks are from Malaysia. This area attracts a large transient population, and considering Malaysia's in the tropics, even though they're islander people, they're all the way up here in a place that doesn't really get much warmer than the 70s most of the time, even in the summer. But maybe to them, fish is fish and islands are islands, so who knows? So this, as I said, for a small place, and it's like 3/10 of a square mile in area, there's a lot going on here. Also, apparently the Japanese thought so too, because it was one of the few places besides Pearl Harbor of the United States that was bombed. And this was in June of 1942. This area was actually under attack by the Japanese. So Dutch Harbor, and as far as the weather goes, right now it's in the 50s. It's probably low 50s, maybe get up to 56 today, and it's supposed to be either cloudy or raining for the next 3 days, with the highs in the mid to high 50s and the lows in the mid to high 40s, more or less with cloud cover and rain throughout. As I said, there's quite a few storms and rain that happen here. So I hope the folks from the Deadliest Catch can do their work. Anyway, that's Dutch Harbor, Alaska, 99692, part of the city of Unalaska, connected to it, the rest of it by a bridge. If you like the channel, hit like. If you don't, hit don't. Subscribe anyway. And we'll see you in the next video. Have a good day.